the tool is user-friendly, especially with the continuous capacity building. It's a tool that can be used at various levels of management. It can be used at district level, regional level, provincial level, including the landscape level. So I found it not very difficult. The only challenge that is there that I noticed was that sometimes the information that it is probing to get out of you may not be found, especially information to do with the history of the landscape or the protected area. Some of the information you may not find it in the records, so the records are not there, and the people that may give you that information that were there before may not be available at the moment. So that's the only challenge that I saw with it. But in terms of using it, it's a user-friendly tool.
I feel it's a user-friendly tool that even as park managers or as managers, you are able to use it on your own to assess the way you are performing, the way your protected area is performing before even anyone comes to assess the performance of the protected area. So yeah, it's a friendly tool.
So the protected areas require a very, very holistic approach where you bring on board the various stakeholders. There must be transparency, there must be communication, there must be participation in decision making. So I think it's sufficient in terms of the coverage of the management aspects.
Yes, I understand and I know that it is sufficient in the sense that it gives you the whole lot of how you can plan your operations. For example, in my case, there is the management context where you have all the ideas at your disposal. You have maybe the management plan, you put in place the management plan, the work plan. From there, you start now the planning of how you are going to do your operations. You plan, maybe, for example, how to deploy maybe say 2 patrol teams in a week. That's the planning process now that is involved. Now the output, who are you going to involve in the deployment of your team? Of course, our drivers are involved, patrol rations are involved, our ecologists are involved to inform us where the key species are at. So all the management context at the end of the day, it gives you how you're going to plan your operations, how you're going to carry them out, the outcomes of the operations, and to see where you did not do very well and where you performed very well. So it is sufficient, yes.
Yeah, I think one of the key areas that the IMET tool has brought on board is that it's making you appreciate that managing of protected areas should be integrated, should be done in an integrated manner. So it's bringing up on board all the various stakeholders that should be part of the management, effective management. Protected area, like in forestry, we have these protected areas, the forest reserves. Sometimes we've just taken it upon ourselves as forest department to manage. When in fact these areas have a lot of biodiversity, different life forms, wildlife, for instance, water. So we need all these aspects, to be part of the management, where we bring on board all the various stakeholders in an integrated manner. Wildlife should be part of that. People dealing with water should be part of that, and many other aspects of biodiversity. So it's bringing that integrated or holistic approach to effective management of the protected areas.
Well, most of the project area we lack management plans, and without the management plan, I don't think we try to do our level best with the management plan, but at the end of the day, we have just discovered with the team that we are working on this tool that it is an essential part of any protected area. So in this case, yes, I knew of course that we need to have a management plan, but I've realized that it is very important, because without it, you cannot know where your key species are. You cannot know where you have to put the wilderness zone, where there should not be any access or maybe visitors and the like. So it's just more like a reminder that any protected area should have a management plan in place before even you start using that tool.
Yeah, one of the aspects that I saw was that it's silent on issues of gender. the resource that we are managing, protected areas, affect the males and females differently. So we needed to bring, it's important that that is incorporated so that issues to do with the gender aspect is also part of that management, the integrated management that the IMET is looking at. Starting with the personal level, I think at personal level, I hope to improve on my management skills, especially with regard to protected areas. So that IMET too, no doubt, has made me improve on my management skills when it comes to the management of the protected areas. Then at the departmental level, once capacity building has been built at various levels, at our district officers, regional level, provincial level, we hope to see that it will help in planning for the various programs, strategies, activities that have been planned, and the various documents that we have, strategic documents like the forest investment plan, the RED strategy, including the biodiversity strategy. So it's to be very, very useful for us to plan for these various programs that are under these documents.
For me, planning in each and whether you have resources, whether you don't have funds, because I know as park managers we always cry or want for funding, a lot of funding, but without planning, that's where the management plan comes in. Without planning, you cannot achieve anything. Failing to plan is planning to fail.